Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you once again for joining us for yet another exciting journey. And imagine this, you sit down at your desk, you are determined to tackle that mountain of a to-do list, yet within a very few minutes you find yourself sucked in the vortex of social media. You are lost in the never-ending cat memes and celebrity gossip. Hours later, you emerge deeply frustrated with your to-do list, which is still untouched. Does that sound familiar? In today's hyper-connected world, which is filled with constant distractions and information overload, the ability to focus deep, meaningful work seems like an endangered skill. But fear not, because there is hope. In his book, Deep Work by Cal Newport, he reveals the secrets to unlocking your inner laser-sharp focus and achieving peak performance. So do you want to know how to stay focused for long hours, doing a project, doing something that you've been doing? Are you intrigued? Well, join me in this exciting summary of Deep Work by Cal Newport as I dive into or help you uncover, number one, the 4 distinct deep work strategies that you can implement to reclaim control of your attention and boost your productivity. Number 2, the shocking truth about how social media and technology are rewiring your brain and hindering your ability to focus. Number 3, the practical tools and techniques you can use to create a distraction-free workspace and cultivate a deep work habit. Number 4, how deep work can lead to greater success, satisfaction, and a more meaningful life. So are you ready to break free from the shackles of distraction and unleash your true potential? Are you ready to know how to stay focused on whatever you are doing for long hours, 12 hours, without distraction, without social media taking place in your work? Dive with me as I dig in these book's insights to help you discover tools, practical ways, and how social media is really designed to distract you from doing something that is meaningful. So I'm calling it deep work, and as Cal Newport also calls it, deep work. So join me as we dive deeper into this book as we try to analyze how we can stay focused for long hours for life. So by the end of this this episode, you'll be ready to stay for long in whatever you are doing for longer periods of time and achieve that meaningful success and fulfillment that you've always dreamed of. So in this, remember I've said that I'll base all my arguments on how you can stay focused for long hours in whatever you are doing for a long time. I'll focus my arguments on this book, Deep Work, because of course Cal Newport is an expert in this field, and who is much better to tell us how we can stay focused. We can rely on his insights and his expertise in this subject. So I don't want to say that I'm summarizing a book, but I'm picking the strategies and the knowledge that I picked or I also got from the book, and he also presents in the book that can be of help to us when we want to stay focused. Rules for focused success in a distracted world. So the book that we are summarizing, it's not summary. I'm saying that word often, but it's not a summary. But I want to give these insights from this book. So this book is all about the importance of deep work and how to cultivate it in an increasingly distracted world. But what is deep work really? If you want to stay focused for long hours, simply you can say you are doing some deep work in whatever thing you are doing. Whether it's a project you are studying, whatever you are doing, we can say you are doing some deep work if you stay focused for long. But how do you define deep work? So deep work is defined as the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. So it's the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. So Cal Newport in his book Deep Work explains or believes that deep work is becoming increasingly very rare in our today's society due to the constant influx in information and distractions. Is that true even in your life? Is deep work becoming a rare skill because of social media? You cannot spend 10 minutes without scrolling those memes in your WhatsApp. So it's true. Deep work is becoming rare. This decline in deep work is having a very negative effect on our productivity, creativity, and overall well-being. And you can bear me witness with that. But in the strategies that I'll give you in this book are practical because they help us, or they will help you cultivate deep work. Remember, deep work is when you do something, you are focused for long. You are not distracted by your external environment. So the strategies that this book presents, and I'll also present to you, involve cultivating deep work. And Newport in this book outlines 4 main approaches to achieving deep work. So we will talk more about how you can stay focused for long hours using Newport's 4 main approaches. And you see, they are very practical and they are very, very true. So just to mention them before we dive them deeper later in this presentation, is the monalistic approach, the bimodal approach, the rhythmic approach, and the journalistic approach. So those are the 4 strategies that can help you develop deep work. Remember, deep work is what we are talking of, staying focused for long without distraction. And what is the importance? What is the importance of staying focused? What is the importance of deep work in whatever you are doing? It increases your productivity. It increases your creativity. It increases your overall well-being. Right? So those are the 4 main approaches that we'll talk about on how you can build or cultivate deep work in whatever you are doing. The monalistic approach, the bimodal approach, the rhythmic approach, and the journalistic approach. So deep work is all about what? Understanding the importance of focus and deep work in the modern world, identifying the obstacles of deep work or to deep work, such as technology and distractions. So for you to develop deep work, for you to cultivate deep work, for you to stay focused for long in whatever you are doing, you must understand some things. For example, you must understand the importance of deep work. Why is it important? Why should you be focused in an activity until you finalize it before you go to maybe another activity? Why should you focus deeply in this modern world in a certain project or aspect that you are doing? Number 2, before you cultivate that deep work, you must understand the obstacles to deep work, and there are 2 main ones: technology and distractions. Number 3, you must understand practical strategies and techniques for cultivating deep work habits. So that's that thing that you must understand. Then number 4, you must understand how you can unlock your full potential and achieve success in your chosen field. Now, applying the strategies that are there. And you've said that I'll give you 4 strategies. Which are these 4 strategies? Can you remember them? The monalistic approach, bimodal approach, rhythmic approach, and journalistic approach, from the word journal, right? Journalistic approach. So if you can master deep work, if you can master this concept that we are calling deep work, remember, you are aiming to do what? To stay focused for long in anything that you are doing. So if you can master this concept of deep work, what are some of the benefits? Remember, we've talked of things that you must know. If you want to really cultivate that deep work within you, there are some things that you must know. We will say that you must understand what is the importance. What are the obstacles? What are the practical strategies that you can employ? And then, how can you now, after becoming focused, unlock your full potential? So what are the benefits of mastering deep work? You will become more productive and efficient. It's very, very key. You become more productive and efficient. You improve your creativity and problem-solving skills. You increase your focus and concentration. You reduce stress and anxiety. And you live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. So cultivating deep work is an essential skill, and we've said that in the modern world where we have technology and so many distractions here and there, that skill is becoming rare and rare. And I've given you some of the benefits of deep work. So if you are looking to improve your focus and you want to increase your productivity and achieve your goals, deep work is something that you must embrace in your life. If you want to stay focused in whatever you are doing and achieve success, improve your problem-solving activity, that is skills, increase your focus and attention, deep work is something that you must focus on in your life. So, what are some of the things that you should know or that are concerned with you being staying focused for long? So, what are some of the things that you should know first? Number one, if you stay focused for long, you must understand this concept that we're calling deep work and shallow work. What is the difference? Where do you draw the line between deep work and shallow work? So deep work, as the Newport distinguishes in this book, deep work is the professional activity that is performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push your cognitive capabilities to their limit. That is what we mean with deep work. They are those activities that you perform in a state of distraction-free concentration, and they push your cognitive abilities to their limit. These efforts create new value, they improve your skill, and are hard to replicate. Now, on the other hand, shallow work is non-cognitively demanding, logistical style tactics, often performed while you are distracted. There are so many activities that you've always done, you've always double-dealed. You have always done them while you are distracted. That's what we call shallow work. So, in your bid to stay focused on something else, you have to understand that difference between deep work and shallow work. Deep work, we said, that's something that you do in a distraction-free concentration. And I know that is what you want because that's what you are looking for. So if you want to stay long in whatever you are doing while you are focused, whether it's studying or doing what, you must understand or distinguish between deep work and shallow work. And we've differentiated that. So that's something that you must understand. Number two, you must understand the value of deep work. Why do you really want to focus on something? Are there benefits, right? So in today's economy and in our today's contemporary world, deep work is becoming increasingly valuable as machines automate routine tasks. So machines are automating our tasks daily. So deep work allows us to produce high quality work, master complex skills, and create significant value. It always also leads to greater professional success, personal satisfaction, and a more fulfilling or meaningful life. So what is the value of deep work? As you've said, in this age that machines or machine learning is taking over most of our routine tasks that maybe we do in our places of work. So why is deep work so important? Why should you learn this skill of deep work that will help you stay focused doing one thing for long? It will increase the quality of work that you produce. It will help you master complex skills, and it will help you create significant value in the people that you are serving and also in your life. It will also lead to professional success, personal satisfaction, and a meaningful life. So that is why it is so key that you should focus on developing this skill of deep work. You should also understand the problem of distractions. Remember, I'm giving you things that you should understand if you want to stay focused for long in whatever you are doing. We began by giving the advantages, the value, and I've also given you other tips, the value of deep work. Why is it so important? So you should also understand that there are distractions in your bid to stay focused in whatever you are doing. There are so many distractions. You must understand that. So constant connectivity and information overload have a significant impact on our ability to focus. So we must understand where our problems will come from. And we are saying that there are so much, that is the social media. So social media, email, and notifications create a state of perpetual distraction, which hinders deep work. So you must understand that what causes you not to focus on whatever you are doing. There are so many distractions, and we've talked of the main ones is social media technology. So this technology includes what? Social media. There are so many social media platforms. That's all about technology. Email, notifications from here and there. They always create distraction, which hinders deep work. So these are things that you must understand if you are to employ a practical strategy to stay focused in whatever you are doing. So this constant distraction from social media and technology reduces our cognitive, remember cognitive means mental, so mental capability, lowers our productivity, and increases stress and anxiety. So another thing that let me talk of strategies for deep work. I mentioned them, so I want to maybe outline them maybe for you. So what are some of the strategies that you can employ to start having a deep work? We had four. So we start the first one, monalistic approach. Monalistic approach is what this means: you create a dedicated workspace free from distractions and schedule long blocks of focused work. So in whichever workspace that you have, is it distraction free? Right? So that's where you begin, from where you work from, where are you studying from? Are you studying in your sitting room, in your living room, or do you have an office somewhere? So that environment, is it distraction free? So that's the starting point, and that's what we call in what? Monalistic approach. So your working environment or your workspace should be free from any distraction, and you should, after ensuring that they are free from any distraction, that is noise from outside, noise inside, noise. So you should also now schedule long blocks for focused work. Scheduling, you must literally write, schedule that between this time and this time, this is what I'll be doing, because of course the environment does not allow what? Distractions. So monalistic approach is one of the strategies. Number two, the bimodal approach. Bimodal approach is another strategy for you to develop deep work. So bimodal strategy means that you divide your workday into distinct periods for shallow and deep work. Of course, you cannot do deep work for your 24 hours. You must do what? You must balance. Otherwise, you will run into burnout and stress, right? So you must have some balance. You must divide your workday into periods of shallow and deep work. So that's what we mean by bimodal approach. Then you have the rhythmic approach. What does that mean? That means you schedule regular deep work sessions throughout your week to build a consistent habit. So it's like you are building a rhythm. It's not that this week that I'll give myself, for example, on a Tuesday, this time between this time I'll do a deep work. And then the other week that you do that is 2 weeks later. So you are not building a rhythm. So rhythmic approach means that you need to create that habit. If it can stick in you, then it becomes easier. If it can become an habit, it becomes easier. And how do you create that habit of deep work? You schedule regular deep work sessions. Let your body and your mind know that this time of the day I am focused and I do not need any distraction to do whatever I'm doing. You will be creating your deep work skill, your deep work habit, right? Then the last approach is the journalistic approach. Journalistic approach. That means you capture and analyze information effectively to minimize distractions and promote deep thinking. Capture and analyze information effectively to minimize distractions and promote deep thinking. So those are 4 main strategies that you can use to build this skill that we are calling deep work. It's a skill that will help you stay focused for long hours and do something significant, increase your creativity and your productivity, right? So among those 4 strategies, which one do you think you can begin with? Which one do you think you can start with? Right? So another thing that you should know is in your bid to stay focused and develop deep work is that you should embrace boredom. So boredom is necessary for engaging in deep work, as it allows the mind to wander and make connections. So overcoming the fear of boredom and embracing quiet contemplation is key to unlocking creativity and insights. So encourage yourself or embrace being with yourself, really, with your thoughts. You can call that boredom. You don't have to be hyper with friends and social media. Just be yourself, you and your emotions and your thoughts. Not with your phone. You and yourself. That's what now we are calling boredom. Embrace that, because doing that, you unlock your creativity and insights. And that's one of the habits that you can use to develop deep work, right? Then you should also understand the importance of quitting social media, because social media is designed to be addictive. That's how they make money. That's how they'll encourage you to stay on that platform. It is designed to be addictive and distracting. As much there is a lot of information here and there, but the hidden thing is that it is designed to be addictive and distracting, which hinders deep work and meaningful engagement with the world. So quitting social media or drastically reducing its use can significantly improve focus and productivity. So learn to reduce or to stop using social media, right? Because it is designed to do what? To be addictive and distracting. So if you are serious about building this skill of deep work, you must know how to regulate your usage of social media. You are smarter than it, right? So then are there some practical ways that you can use to start implementing some of these things? Remember, we've talked about the value of deep work, the difference between deep work and shallow work, the strategies or the approaches, why you should quit social media, and so and such. So I'm hoping that you are gaining that value, and now you've now begun to learn and appreciate how you can stay focused in whatever you are doing. So, are there some of the practical ways that you can apply to develop a deep work? Yes, you can. So you can set aside specific times for deep work. In that book that I mentioned, Deep Work by Cal Newport, recommends setting aside at least 90 minutes each day for deep work. 90 minutes. That's less than 2 hours actually. So if you can you want to build that habit, that deep work habit. If you can set 1.5 hours or 90 minutes of deep work, distraction free, no social media, no nothing. You are focusing on something that you want to do every day. Within 1 week or 2 weeks, it will become an habit and you will have won the battle. That's how simply you win it. Number 2, you can learn to eliminate distractions from your work environment. This means turning off your phone, closing your email, and finding a quiet place to work. These are practical things that you can do. Now, you can quit social media because social media is a major distraction and it can make it difficult to focus on deep work. If you cannot reduce it, we said you can quit it at all, right? You can drain the shallows. That means what? That means taking care of all your shallow work tasks at once so that you can focus on deep work during your dedicated deep work sessions. So drain the shallows. You do the shallow work. Remember, it says shallow work these are works that you can do while you are doing other things. They don't need that deep focus. So you can combine them. You can do them at once, all of them at once, so that when now you are focusing on deep work, you've already done all your shallow works, right? You've done all of them. you'll not be feeling as when you are doing your deep work, you feel that that urge to go, and maybe there's a task that you've not done that requires immediate action because it was a shallow work. You see that? So you can start by working on the shallow works first, all of them very fast, so that when you sit down for your dedicated time of your deep work, whatever you are working on, you can focus on that and avoid any distraction. So Newport also recommends quite a number of rituals for deep work, such as starting and ending your deep work sessions with a specific routine and taking breaks every 20 to 25 minutes. So, for example, here is a sample of a deep work routine. If you want to stay focused on whatever you are doing for long, remember, you build an habit, right? So you can build this routine as an habit. Between 9 to 10 a.m., you can have a deep work session. 9 to 10:30, that's 1 hour, 30 minutes, deep work session. 10:30 to 11, you can have a break. 11 to 12:30, deep work session. Remember, it's 1 hour, 30 minutes. 12:30 to 1:30, you can have your lunch break. 1:30 to 3:30, deep work session. 3 to 3:30, that is 1:30 to 3, that's deep work session. 3 to 3:30, you can have a break. Then 3:30 to 5, you can have another deep work session. So you see, you'll have quite a lot of time to engage into social media and maybe focus on some other shallow works that you want to do. So as I wind up, have you learned how you can stay focused for long hours in whatever you are doing? And that means doing deep work. That simply means doing deep work. So I've given you what? I've given you the value of deep work. I've also went ahead to give you to learn there are so many distractions, and the main one is social media and probably our environment that surrounds us. And then I've given you the strategies on how you can develop deep work. So are you now energized to start afresh? Are you now energized to begin that journey of building good habits, that is deep work habits? Well, let us know in the comment section. Ensure that you like, you subscribe, you review, you leave a comment, you share, or support us in any way that you might feel that it will be a blessing to us. So from Vidantments, this was Daniel. I have a summary. We have a summary of this book, Carl Newport, that is Deep Work, in our website, that is vidantmeds.com/blog. Then you can search Deep Work Synopsis or Deep Work Summary. I'll also leave a link to the same in-depth summary into our description. That's below this video in our description. You can have a look at that summary, please. You can have a look at that summary. It's very in-depth, it's very detailed, and I know you'll get the value. So thank you once again for spending time with us. I know you could have spent this time in another place. So may God bless you. Continue learning, continue becoming better, continue becoming yourself. Until next time, bye-bye for now.